Good morning, dear students. In previous class, we were discussed about the reactivity series of metals. On the basis of their relative tendency to lose electrons and their reactive nature, metals are arranged in a series. This series is called activity series or reactivity series of metals. Yes, my dear students, here activity series are arranged in a decreasing order. It means in an upper side most reactive metals and lower side what least reactive metals. It means hydrogen is separated more as well as less reactive metals. Afterwards, non-metals and their physical properties mean malleable or ductile. No, both are non-ductile as well as non-malleable. And brittleness, non-metals are brittle in nature. And physical state, non-metals are solid state, it means in and soft, but some exceptions are there. Lustrous do not have a luster as well as shining surface. And heat and electrical conductivity, they are generally poor conductor of heat and electricity. Melting and boiling point, generally non-metals have low melting and boiling points. Afterwards, chemical properties of non-metals and reaction between metal and non-metal, it means ionic bond formation. And finally, discussed today, let us see ionic or covalent bond formation. Ionic and covalent bond formation. Yes, my dear students. In yesterday period, we discussed what lastly ionic bond formation. Example is sodium chloride. Today, let us see ionic compounds as well as electrovalent bond formation. Yes, a chemical bond formed by the complete transfer of electron from one atom to another is called ionic bond. Yes, one atom to another atom is called a ionic bond. A chemical bond, a chemical bond formed by the complete transfer of electrons from one atom to from an atom to another is called ionic bond. Such compounds are called ionic compounds. Such compounds are called what? Ionic compounds. Yes, my dear students. First of all, the definition of ionic bond is a chemical bond formed by complete transfer of electrons from one atom to another is called ionic bond. Such a compound formed is known as what? Ionic compound. Yes, all of you already know what a metal loses electrons to form cations. Yes, it means positive ions, and a non-metal gains electrons to form an ions. It means negative ions. It means an ionic bond is formed between a metal and a non-metal. Yes, my dear students, how ionic bond is formed? Ionic bond is formed between a metal and a non-metal, Yes, my dear students, let us take an example. Formation of ionic bond. Taking an example, magnesium chloride. Let us see example. Magnesium chloride. Yes, Mg 12 atomic number, chlorine is 70, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Yes, my dear students, here in K cell 2 electron, M cell 8 electron, L cell K, L and M. In an M cell 2 electron. Here in K cell 2 electron, in L cell 8 electron, in an M cell 7. So here +2, here -1. Yes, -1. What? The valence electron. Valence electron is here +2. Here valence electron is -1. Yes. It means Mg 2, 8, 2. Yes, it separated Mg2 plus. It means here 2 cells are fulfilled, duplet as well as octet, and also 2 electron negative. Mean magnesium is cation. Magnesium cation, magnesium cation, and Cl, chlorine 2, 8, 7 plus E minus, can use raised to what, Cl minus 2 8 8 mean chloride ion. As one side gaining of electron and another side losing of a electron. Yes, my dear students, electronic dot structure magnesium chloride Mg 2 Cl 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 1 electron from where, magnesium 8. Here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 1 from magnesium. Yes, mean Mg 2 plus Mg 2 plus Cl2 Cl Cl2. In this type, my dear students, what a ionic bond is formed. Yes, in this type ionic bond is formed. Let us see properties of ionic compound. Properties of ionic compound. Properties of ionic compound. First of all, physical nature. Ionic compounds are hard crystalline solid because a strong forces of attraction between the positive and negative ions. These compounds are generally brittle and break into pieces when pressure is applied. Yes, my students, what a physical nature of ionic compounds. First of all, they are hard crystalline solid. Why they are termed as a hard crystalline? Because they have a strong forces of attraction between the positive and negative ions. Yes. Second property is melting and boiling points. These compounds have high melting and boiling points, as large amount of energy is required to break strong inter-ionic attraction. And solubility. These compounds are soluble in water. It means ionic compounds are soluble in water because it is a polar solvent, and insoluble in organic. It means non-polar solvent like kerosene, benzene, ether, petrol, etc. Yes, my dear students, conduction of electricity. The conduction of electricity through a solution involves a movement of charged particle. It means ionic or electrovalent compound are good conductor of electricity, but they conduct electricity either in molten form or in their aqueous solution. Yes, my dear students, these are the properties of ionic compound. Yes, let us see occurrence of metals. Occurrence of metals. Occurrence of metals. The earth crust is the major source of metal. Seawater also contains soluble salts like sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, etc. Yes, my dear students, it means in an earth crust is termed as water, the major source of a metal, and also seawater contains most of the dissolved form of minerals. The elements or compound which occur naturally in earth crust are known as minerals. Yes, what is mineral? The elements are compounds which occur naturally in the earth crust. the elements or compounds, the elements or compounds which occur naturally in the earth crust. The earth crust are known as minerals. Yes, those minerals from which metal can be extracted profitable are known as what? Ores. Yes, my dear students, it means how they are obtained in a nature. Yes, it means they are offered in the nature in the form of what? Ores. Yes, my dear students, let us see extraction of metals. Extraction of metals. Extraction of metals. The process of obtaining pure metal from its ore is called extraction of metal. Yes, my dear students, what is the mean by extraction of metal? Yes, the process of obtaining pure metal from its ore is called extraction of metal. Some metals are found in earth crust in free state, while some are found in the form of their compounds. Yes, first of all, what is meant by extraction of metal? The process of obtaining pure metal from its ore is called extraction of metals. Extraction of metals. The metals present at the bottom of the reactivity series are least reactive, so they are found in free state. Example: gold, silver, platinum, copper, etc. The metals at the top of the reactivity series, it means potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium and aluminum, are highly reactive, so they are not found in nature as free element. The metals in the middle of the reactivity series, it means zinc, iron and lead, are moderately reactive and they are found as oxides, sulfides or carbonates in the earth crust. Yes, my dear students, first of all, metals present at the bottom of the reactivity series are least reactive. Examples: gold, silver, platinum, copper, etc. Yes, my dear students, in the same way, the metals at the top the metals at the top of the reactive series, the reactivity series are highly reactive, are highly reactive. Example, potassium, sodium and calcium Yes, my dear students, third, calcium and the magnesium and aluminum. Magnesium and aluminum. Yes, the metals in the middle, the metals in the middle, of the reactivity series of the reactivity series are moderately reactive. They are found as oxides, sulfides, or carbonates in the earth crust. Ores of many metals are oxides, as oxygen is very reactive element and is very abundant on the earth. Yes, my dear students, abundantly found water, oxygen. Here, the different techniques used for extraction of metals depend upon their position in the activity series, which divided into three categories. Yes, first one is metals of low reactivity, second one metals of medium reactivity, and third one metals of high reactivity. Yes, my dear students. Now, let us see one second. Extraction of metal. The process of obtaining pure metal from its ore is called extraction of metal. Here, metals present in the bottom of the reactivity series are least reactive metals. Example, gold, silver, platinum and copper, and the metals are at the top of the reactivity series are highly reactive. Example, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium and aluminum. Next, third one, the metals in the middle of the reactivity series are moderately reactive. They are found as oxides, sulfides or carbonates in the earth crust. Yes, my dear students, examples are zinc, iron, lead, etc. Yes, my dear students, let us see enrichment of ores. Enrichment of ores. Yes. The undesirable impurities like soil, sand, etc. found in ore are called gangue particles are matrix. Removal of gangue from the ore is called enrichment or concentration of a ore. Yes, my dear students, listen here carefully. The undesirable impurities like soil, sand, etc. found in ore are called gangue or matrix. As reminded once again, it means undesirable waste products present in an ore is termed as a gangue as well as matrix. Yes, my dear students, listen here carefully. Removal of gangue from the ore is called concentration of ion, ore or enrichment of a ore. Yes, my dear students, it means total removal of a waste present in what a gangue particle is termed as from the ore is called as what a concentration of ore as well as enrichment of a ore. The processes used for the removal of the gangue from an ore are based on the differences between physical and chemical properties of gangue of the ore. Depending upon the nature of impurities, different separation technique for separation or enrichment of ore are employed. Yes, let us see extraction of metals. Extraction of metals, series of low reactivity, Metals being less reactive can be obtained by reducing their oxides to metals by heating alone. Okay. Example is cinnabar. First one is cinnabar. It means HGS. It is an ore of mercury. When heated in air, it first changes into its oxides, HU, then reduced into mercury, metal on further heating. Yes, my dear students, mercuric sulfide, yes, cinnabar, it is an ore of mercury. When heated in air, it first changes into what? Oxide, it means mercuric oxide, then reduced into mercury metal on further heating. Yes, let us see example, the help of equation. Mercury sulfide as well as cinnabar state of solid, heat in presence of water, oxygen 3O2, gas from air, the process of heating. It can give rise to water, mercury oxide HgO solid plus sulfur dioxide plus sulfur dioxide. Yes, my dear students, afterwards on heating water, oxide, mercury oxide, sulfur, what can it give rise to? Can give rise to mercury as well as oxygen. Yes, my dear students, in this type what happened, the mercury is obtained from a cinnabar. Yes, first of all it is an ore of mercury. When heated in air, it first changes into oxide form, it means HgO, then reduced into mercury metal on further heating. Yes, second example or second extraction of metal is copper from copper glints. Okay, copper glints Cu2s. Yes, my dear students, when it is heated in air, partially oxides and the oxide product react with remaining copper glints to give copper metal. Let us see, when it is heated in air, partially it oxidized and oxidized product react with the remaining copper glints to give copper metal. Yes, see an equation here, 2Cu2s, it means copper glints react with water, oxygen, it means heated oxygen is presence of oxygen, it can give rise to copper oxide and sulfur dioxide afterwards copper oxide plus copper sulfide on heating, it can give rise to water or to produce copper from copper sulfide plus sulfur dioxide. Yes, my dear students, let us see extraction of metals of medium reactivity. Extraction of metals of medium reactivity, The metal in the middle of the reactivity series such as iron, zinc, lead, copper etc. are moderately reactive. These metals are usually present as sulfides and carbonate in nature. Yes, my dear students, it means the middle of reactivity series, the elements are termed as what? Moderately reactive. These metals are usually present in the form of water, sulfide as well as carbonates. These sulfides or carbonates are first converted into oxide because it is easy to extract metal from its oxide. Yes, my dear students, it means first the process of roasting is takes place. Yes, the process of roasting. roasting. Yes, what is meant by roasting? It is the process in which sulfide ore is heated below its melting point in the presence of excess air to convert it into metal oxide. Yes, it is the process. It is the process in which a sulfide ore is heated below its melting point in the presence of excess air to convert it into metal oxide. Let us see an example. Zinc sulfide, not oxide, because the process of sulfide roasting is takes place where in an sulfide ore. 2 ZnS plus 3 O2, it means oxygen from air. Roasting, presence of water, heat. It can use rise to water, zinc oxide plus sulfur dioxide. Yes, my dear students, it means a sulfide ore is heated in presence of air, presence of air as well as presence of oxygen. It can use rise to water, oxide as well as sulfur dioxide below its melting point. The whole process is termed as, my dear students, roasting. Second one is calcination. Calcination means it is a process in which a carbonate ore is heated below its melting point in the absence of air to convert it into metal oxide. Roasting means the process in which a sulfide ore is heated below its melting point in presence of excess air to convert it into metal oxide. But calcination is, it is a process in which carbonate ore is heated below its melting point in the absence of air to convert it into metal oxide. Yes, my dear students, let us see definition. It is the process in which a carbonate ore is heated below its melting point in the absence of air to convert it into metal oxide, As example, zinc carbonate. Yes, the process of calcination. it can use as to what, zinc oxide as well as carbon dioxide. Yes, my dear students, it means carbonate ore is heated below its melting point in absence of air and convert it into metal oxide. Yes, next. Third one, reduction of oxide ore. Reduction of oxide ore. Yes, it is the process of conversion of metal oxide ore into metal. It can be done by heating the oxide with suitable reducing agent like carbon in the form of coke. Yes, my dear students, observe here. It is the process of conversion of metal oxide ore into metal. Is termed as a reaction of oxides metal. Example, zinc oxide plus coke. Coke is termed as, my dear students, here what, a reducing agent. Yes, it can use as to what, separation of zinc as well as carbon dioxide. Yes. The amount of heat produced is so high that the metal are produced in the molten state. The reaction of iron oxide with aluminum to produce iron is used to join railway tracks as well as cracked material parts. This process is called thermite welding. Yes, my dear students, thermite welding means, what is meant by thermite welding? Thermite welding means the reaction of metal oxide to form metal by using aluminum powder as a reducing agent is known as thermite reaction, as well as thermite welding. Yes, my dear students, where it is used, to join railway tracks second, cracked machine parts, cracked machine parts. Yes, my dear students, this is termed as what? A thermite process. Thermite process. Yes. And last is extraction of metals of high reactive series. Okay, see in an next period. Thank you.